Well, a very good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday night, so it is time for DTR, Delta T Racing Division 1, this week coming live from Azerbaijan. Round number 6, so we are at the halfway stage after this, so will be interesting to see who will have the upper hand going into the second half of the season. Well, a very good evening, whilst we are waiting for Tuesday night, so it is time for load up. We'll just have a quick discussion about the driver standings from Azerbaijan at the moment. So yeah, in leading the championship at the moment, Peter Vole, 2 wins and a third. To see who will have the upper hand going into 3 podiums, giving him 73 points. We have Prince in second place on 53 points with a win and a third place, and Shabby getting his maiden win of the season last week, now sitting in third place on, or joint second on 53 points. Just keeping an eye on this lobby at the moment, not sure if we have an issue. Podium's giving him 73 points. We have Prince in second place on 53 points with a win that are frozen at the moment. So, but we'll continue with the table whilst we're waiting. In fourth we have Wesley, again with a win and a second place to his name from 4 events. So he'll be looking at having a strong race today and trying to close the gap to second and on Peter at the top. El Trucker in third in the Haas with 44 points, so joint fourth with Wesley. So again he'll be looking at a strong race to go forwards. In 6 we have Puis in the Red Bull at 38 points, having a strong race and Mikkel rounding out the top and on Peter. 7 on 26 points. El Trucker in third in the Haas with 44 points, so just waiting for the lobby to load up, so I'm not sure if we have an issue or not. In 6 we have Puis in the Red Bull at 38 points, having a strong race and Mikkel rounding out. Okay, so it does look like we have a bit of an issue. 26 points. El Trucker in third in the Haas with 44 points, so we're just waiting for the lobby to load up, so I'm not sure if we have an issue or not. In 6 we have Puis. Okay, so we seem to have found a new bug where it seems one of their drivers hasn't actually had any tyre allocation come up, so he's just sitting there and spinning, the same as that we're seeing at the moment. We're just waiting for the lobby to load up, so I'm not sure if we have an issue or not. Okay, so it does look like we are now into qualifying, so we seem to have found Shabby there seemed to be the issue, so hopefully he will get himself back in. Hasn't actually had any tyre allocation come up, so he's just sitting there, and whilst he does, we'll set up the telemetry and the track data ready to go out. So who is going to be first onto the track? So yeah, as I said, so the championship, although Peter has got a bit of a lead at the moment, it's by no means unsurmountable. Second half of the season coming up, so some strong tracks for a lot of them. Track data ready to go out. Who is going to be first onto the track? So yeah, like to jump on board with who is first out, and it looks like it is Peter Vole, or Peter Pole as we call him. So I wouldn't bet against him getting pole position again today. Some strong tracks for a lot of them. Okay, I've got an issue with the audio apparently. If someone could sort of expand a little bit what is actually wrong with the audio. Peter Vole or Peter Pole. Too loud, too quiet. So I wouldn't bet against him getting pole position again today. Some strong tracks for a lot. I've got an issue with the audio apparently. If someone could sort of expand a little bit what is actually wrong with the audio. Peter Vole or Peter Pole. Too loud, too quiet. Seems like there might be a bit of an echo. We just have a look, see if there's any reason for that. Got an issue with the audio apparently. If someone could sort of expand a little bit what is actually wrong with the audio. Too loud, too quiet. Seems like there might be a bit of an echo. We'll just have a look, see. Okay, we'll see if that maybe solves the problem. It seems like he was perhaps getting a bit of feedback. Again, if somebody could let me know if that's any better. Seems like there might be a bit of an echo. We'll just have a look, see. Okay, we'll see if that maybe solves the problem. It seems like he was perhaps getting a bit of feedback. Again, if somebody could let me know if that's any better. Getting a bit of feedback. Again, if somebody could let me know if that's any better. Solves the problem. It seems like he was perhaps getting a bit of feedback. Again, if somebody could let me know if that's any better. Right, okay, apologies for that. It seems to be having a bit of an audio issue there. I'm hoping I've fixed it now. Obviously, we're getting a bit of an echo with my voice twice. I'm hoping that is now fixed. If somebody could confirm that, would be absolutely brilliant. Okay, so Peter Volt on his second lap now. Looks like he was doing a 2 warm-ups. So obviously now out. Let's see what lap he is going to put in. Crosses the line with a 1:39.987. So provisional pole at the moment to Petter. But we do have people coming across the line. Dimex now and Brumat and Kiko as well. Next across the line are we trying to find who we have, which is going to be Trocker, who has invalidated with Wesley behind him, putting in a 1:39.734. So time's coming in fast and furious now. We'll catch up. I was just sorting out the audio issues. Hopefully we have sorted that out now. So next to come across, I think we're looking at Shabby has put a purple middle sector in. Here he comes into the final sector. Brent with a 5-place grid penalty for a contact with Puis there, so not a good start. Puis is out of qualifying. Quite sure where that is, would probably be round in the castle section, but a 39.2 there from Shabby, putting himself up into provisional pole. Let me see if I can find out what happened to Puis. I think it's been cleared. Oh, hold on, we have the yellows here. There we are on the left. So I wonder if there must have been some kind of contact there for him to get a grid penalty. So on the out lap now we have both Alfa Romeo. So obviously, well, no, I would say they were setting up for a tow, but there is a car in between them. I think FaZe will maybe pick up a slight tow from that. Behind them we have Donkey Dan on his out lap. So I will catch up with someone who's actually on a lap in a minute. Prince is in the pits. Okay, so we have the McLaren of Marcel. Not sure if he's going to be coming into the pits on a slower lap there. Brimmer is in the pit, so it will be Fox Blue will be pitting as well. What I'm going to do, let's jump on board with the Alfa Romeo so we can actually watch a little bit around this circuit. So FaZe Pantera, currently in 17th, looking at putting his first lap on the board. follow him through as he comes towards the end of the lap. Will pick up a bit of a toe from his teammate in front. I'm wondering if this is tactical or not. I think he's a bit too far ahead for it to actually be of any benefit to him. But let's have a look. Phase Pantera. Stenden will cross the line first. A particularly fast lap, 40.782. And Phase shoots up the board before I could get into 6 with a 140.276. So a good opening lap by him, putting him into 6. We will now have everybody going into the pits to put on their fresh tyres for their second run. Prince is currently on his out lap and Tickard is on his hot lap at the moment, so we'll see where Tickard can move himself up to. So currently in 17th place but hasn't put a lap on the board. Okay, looks like he has backed off that one. So what I'm going to do, let's jump on board with Prince for this lap. So it's not often we get a chance to actually drive around with anybody, so I'll stay on here. But I want to keep my eyes peeled as well, because Shabby and Wesley, 1-2 in the Ferraris at the moment, are on their out laps. So we'll be looking at improving on first. Well, they can't improve on first and second, but obviously be improving on their time to stretch further ahead. Prince now into turn number 4, coming up to a difficult 5-6 left right. Turn number 7, there we have the infamous 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 through the castle section. See whether he can nail it there. He does, very tight and clean there, nice and tight on the right, opening it up. Good exit there. We'll see what time he will get at the end of sector 2. It's quite a way down the end of sector 2, in fairness. It's we have Tickard there getting out of the way. Well done. Okay, so Prince in the Red Bull now onto the start-finish straight. We'll see what time he can put himself in. There's a pole at the moment, 139.232. Prince hugs the left to save those seconds at 40.284. So he's a full second behind, but it's he's opening lap, so he will look at improving on that if he can. Wesley is on a flying lap. I think he's going to come up to some traffic here. Hopefully it won't interfere with his lap. If it's far enough ahead, it's not going to make too much of a difference. So we'll see what time Wes can put in at the end of sector 3. He's 0.114 up. That would be, well, it'd be enough to prove his time, but Peter Pole there building it into second place, so he's building himself up nicely towards the end of qualifying. So we go with Wesley just in front of him. Fox Blue does a 39.3 to actually jump him. So whilst we were watching Wesley, it was Fox Blue putting in the quicker time. So Trocker moving himself up into 6th place. Then we had No Jug coming into the pits. So next up is that Shabby. Shabby 2/10 up on his provisional pole time, so could break into the 38s here. See what he can do as he comes across the line at 39.012. So not quite down into the 38s, but I think he's more than capable of it. So looking at the TT times, Peter Vole actually 10th in the world currently with a 138.369. Shabby, meanwhile, is in 40th, I think, but 38.579, so only 2/10 in it. But great to have two DTR drivers in the top 40. So well done to you two. And currently 1 and 2 on the grid. So right, jumping back, we have FaZe is about to start his lap. Dimex coming into the pit, so he will be aborting that lap. Who do we have next? Is that not Fox Blue? So it'll be Bruma. He also comes into the pits. And we have a yellow in sector. Wesley has retired. Is that out on the? No, I think it's. I think he's done for qualifying. So next up, who is going to be next across the line? I think it's going to be Fox Blue, but he's going to come into the pits anyway. 4 minutes 38 seconds left, so we will be looking at the final run. Shortly, people come in, put their fresh softs on and go out for the final run. See if they can topple Shabby with a 39.012. So we are going to be looking at a time into the 38s for anybody that wants pole position. It's not going to be easy to do. Ticket there getting a lovely toe, moving himself up into 5th, so well done for him there. Marcel is pitting. Who do we have next? Okay, so next across the line, what are we looking at? It's going to be FaZe, I think. FaZe Pantera. Oh, I think a slight tap of the wall there. We've got his teammate behind, so I'm not sure who's giving who a toe there. And that just answers the question. So FaZe being nice and giving Stendon a good toe there, which 1.2 second improvement on his time, putting him up into 6th place. So Ticket in the Mercedes improved up into 5th place there. I'm not sure, I don't think he's on, well, he's not on another lap because he's invalidated that one. So the only people on the track are Ticket, who's invalidated, Stendon, who I think is on an in lap, and we've got No Jug. Apparently not set a time. Oh, he has, sorry, a 140.748. Brent that hasn't set a time as of yet. So hopefully he's on his out lap now, so we'll be looking at a time coming in from him shortly. So I'm board with No Jug now, so he's finished through the castle section. Down towards turn number 5. Easy one to get wrong there, you just clip that curve and you end up in the wall on the outside on the right. Minus a front wheel. Have first-hand experience of that. Hopefully not this week, and I'm hoping not to see too many in Division 1. So No Jug now coming towards the line. Is it going to be an improvement on his 40.7? I think it is, but by how much I am not sure. 40.4, so a quarter of a second improvement there, moving him into 13th. So next up we have Brent starting his first hot lap. Well, trying to set a time, but we'll be starting his hot lap now. And we have a whole raft of them behind. Peter Vole out, Shabby is out. We have a lot that are out on a fast lap or on to their final runs. So who will have pole position? Who do you think? so who has just started their hot lap? So I'll keep an eye on where we are. Fox Blue is the top car at the moment onto their hot lap, so we will keep an eye on him, but I'll just make sure. Going Shabby now onto his hot lap, and I think Peter Bowl has just started now as well, so we will jump back to them in a minute, but we're going to keep an eye on the others. We have a bit of an issue there for one of the Aston Martins. Not sure if that was... It was Fox Blue, so yeah, as soon as I jump on with Fox Blue. Okay. Right, so first across the line is going to be Kiko. And time is now up, so this is a matter of whatever time you post. This will be your final effort. Kiko up into 8th place, a cracking effort by him there. Prince has invalidated, so will not improve on 12th place. Okay, less said about that, the better, I think. Okay, Mamba into 11th place. A good effort by Mamba there. Just behind FaZe Pantera. Jumps into 12th. Keep an eye on Shabby. Is he up on his time? Can he break the 39? He does. 38.982. Competitor just behind. How can Competitor do? 39.060. So Shabby needed that last lap to secure pole position. And that is it. We have finished. So Shabby taking pole position. Second pole position in a row after taking it last week at... Where were we last week? Last week, of course, we were at Monza. So, yep, so Shabby taking pole position. Peter Vole taking second. Not much between them, 0.078. So it will be interesting to see whether they can stay that close together during the race. Fox Blue into 3rd place in the Aston Martin. Donkey Dan in the AlphaTauri 4th. FaZe Pantera 5th in his Alfa Romeo. 6th Ticket in the Mercedes. 7th Stendon in the Alfa Romeo. 8th the second Ferrari of DTR Wesley. Kiko in 9th in the Alpine, and Dimex rounding out the top 10 in his Williams. We then have Trocker, Black Mamba, Prince, No Jug, Bruma, Marcel, Puis, and Brent.
It's that time again. Time for some exciting Formula One action. Who will emerge victorious in the Battle of Baku? Well, we're just about ready to get underway. Welcome to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience, and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line.
Well, welcome back everybody. As you can see, we are now just about to begin the formation lap. So Shabby taking his second pole position, Peter Vole just behind him, so I think we could have a good fight between these two out in front, but then you cannot discard any of the drivers below them. They are all in Division 1 for a reason, all have insane amount of pace, so only takes a safety car in the wrong position, which we've seen pretty often at Azerbaijan, to be honest. I think there will be a few safety cars today. And you can, yeah, you can go from being in a really good position to a bad position, or likewise. So, okay, let's get the tyres up, see who has gone for so interesting. Everybody other than 8th place Wesley and 16th place Marcel. Everyone else has gone for mediums, just those two going for the hard. So the alternate strategy there, Wesley, against obviously Shabby, his teammate in the lead. So Wesley will be looking at running long, but obviously he is very dependent on safety cars. So we will see what happens there. So, okay, let's get ourselves ready for the start. So Shabby heading the back, and at the back we have Brent, who I don't think actually, I'm not sure if he managed to set a time in qualifying or not in the end. Okay, so while we're waiting to form, we'll have a quick look at the Constructors' Championships as well. Ferrari currently top with 98 points. Red Bull in second with 91 points. And Alpine in third with 89 points. So only 9 points separating the top 3 teams. That's pretty good. And it's going to be nice to see that battle going into the second half of the season. We have AlphaTauri in 4th on 59, the McLaren in 5th, 6th Haas, 7th Alfa Romeo, 8th Mercedes, 9th Williams, and 10th with no points as of yet is the Aston Martin. So right, we are just waiting for Brent to form at the back. And we're waiting for the lights. So we are nearly ready for the start of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and away we go. And it looks, it's not a very good camera angle, but it looks like a really good start from Shabby there. Peter Vole coming back into second, keeping an eye as to what's going on behind. And we have a spinner further back. That is unfortunately Mamba. So Mamba not having the start that he would like. Normally always seems to be one casualty at turn 1. But so a good start. So Shabby taking Stendon is out. We have a 3-car pile-up at turn number 3. And Stendon is the unfortunate one that is out. And I think we have our first safety car of the day. So lap number 1, we managed to get half a lap in. Also not bad news for Mamba, obviously with that spin at the first corner, it gives him a chance to close right up onto the pack now. A few in front might have damage as well, so he could make up a few places. Okay, so after that start, we have Shabby keeping his position, Peter Vole keeping his position, Fox Blue, Donkey Dan, Face Pantera, Tickard, all keeping their position. Wesley is up 1 place. No, unfortunately, I think that is because of Stendon's incident there. Kiko, Dimex, and Trocker all up 1, then Prince is up 2 but has come into the pits. That's early. Has he got any damage? No, doesn't have any damage. Has gone for the hard tyres, so we'll be looking at trying to take those to the end. So a bit tactical there from him. Broomer coming in. What tyres? He's going to do the same, put a set of hards on. Brent, new front nose cone, so he was involved in that incident with Stendon. As I say, not sure what happened, but ended up with a new nose cone needed for Brent, and Stendon out of the race. So Mamba also putting on hard tyres, so they have got that change out of the way. Okay, so it's a fairly clean start. We didn't see much happening in the first corner. I mean, Mamba got spun in the first corner. That was an unfortunate incident for him. Again, didn't catch quite who he made contact with. And then obviously this incident with Stendon bringing out the safety car. I don't believe the safety car will be out too long, as Brent and Mamba have literally caught up. But I don't think it's coming in this lap. I think we are past the end of sector 2, and the lights are still on. So yes, we will have another lap behind the safety car. So currently on to lap number 3. Shabby leading, Peter Vole in second place, Fox Blue third, Donkey Dan in fourth. Then we have Face Pantera, followed by Tickard and Wesley, getting his hard tyres nice and warm. Kiko in eighth, sorry, Dimex in 9th, and Trocker rounding out the top 10. Then we have Puis, Marcel, No Jug, Prince, Bruma, Mamba, and Brent. Find a decent camera angle. It does give us some awful camera angles sometimes. Fox Blue doing really well there so far, up into third. I don't want to sing his praises too much because it seems to have the commentator's curse, so I will just wish him well. Okay, so through the castle section behind the safety car, we should have it coming in this lap. Shabby will then become the de facto pace car, and he will decide when to go. Now, when is he going to go? Is it going to be early? Is it going to be late? I think probably as late as you possibly can, because that is such a big toe down the start finish line. You could find yourself overtaken before you know it. Okay, so safety car is in this lap. We will return to a green track racing. So Shabby becomes the pace car. And when's he going to go? Everybody warming up their tyres behind. So when is Shabby going to go? I think it's going to be late. So Peter behind, just keep him ready just in case, and when Shabby decides to go, he can react. Yeah, we are going to be very late. And Peter now. And you don't want to go right at the line because the driver behind can anticipate that. And Shabby's gone. Oh, he got a good jump there. Dimex has come into the pits. So behind it looked a fairly clean restart. We don't seem to have had any incidents. No, so back at the front, Shabby did indeed get a bit of a jump on Peter there and has opened up nearly a second gap already. If he can stretch that and get himself out of DRS zone, that will certainly be useful for him. And look at saving a bit of ERS then rather than using it to defend. He has now got that gap 1.3 seconds. So Peter seems to be struggling a bit, just getting a bit of heat back into those tyres, which we will bring up now. There we go. So yeah, Peter seems to be struggling just to get a bit of heat into those mediums at the restart. Put himself under a bit of pressure from Fox Blue behind. Meanwhile, Fox Blue loses a position to Donkey Dan. I think he was a bit slow out of the castle section, and Donkey Dan took advantage of that. Now just behind him we've got Face Pantera, who is not short of pace himself, to be honest with you. We could get a DRS train forming soon, but obviously DRS is not going to be enabled until after next lap because of the safety car. Oh, we have a bit of contact there. So Wesley looking at making the move. No, I think Kiko's past him actually. So yellow flag, what's happened there? We have more carbon fibre everywhere. My goodness me, what is it with Azerbaijan? The Bruma in the wars a bit today. Oh, Bruma. So we has not brought out a safety car though, so we can keep going. No Jug and Mamba battling away at the back. I want to keep an eye on the front, but also he's just oh, Mamba spun round there, was hit by Prince, and Marcel seems to have made the most of it and got round the outside. But yeah, Mamba not having a good start to this race either. So Prince no nose cone. So yeah, we've got 3 broken noses there. So we'll be looking at those pitting. Dimex will make up a few positions. No Jug also with a broken front right wing. Brent, does he have any damage? No, Brent looks okay. So right, let's jump back to the front here. We seem to have Shabby has now pulled out a 2.1 second gap on Peter, but Peter has also pulled out a 1.5 second gap on Donkey, who looks like he is using his ERS to try and close that down, but now loses a further half a second. Donkey Dan coming into the bits. That's early. He must have had some damage. I think he touched the wall. Might have been why he lost a sort of half a second. We have another. Is it another safety car? Virtual safety car. No, we just had yellows everywhere. Okay, right. DRS has now been enabled. Prince picking up. I think that's a retirement in the pits by Prince, so not a good day for him. He will get a penalty for that as well. So Bruma, a change of nose cone and back out. So Shabby in the lead with a just over a 2 second gap from Peter behind him. He'll be quite happy with that and keep that as contained as he possibly can. Fox Blue holding his own back in 3rd place, but he has got a bit of a train coming behind him. We'll see if anybody can make the move. So Fox Blue, as I say, we face Pantera right behind. Oh, I do like the helicopter view. So phase closing. So Fox Blue will be using his ERS to defend. Can phase get close enough? With Tickard now just behind as well, so we've got a bit of a queue forming. So I wouldn't say it's a train, not quite yet. Could well get there, especially with Trocker closing in on the back at the moment. Kiko as well, just bringing that gap down ever so slightly. So I think, yeah, we could end up with a 5 or 6 phase going in deep there. Turn number 4, so I think he might have gone for, and phase has left the session. I think he might have had a disconnection there. So hopefully he can get himself back in. So we have a yellow in sectors 1 and 2, which is now cleared. Okay, so phase is still going, but obviously at a much reduced pace, being under AI. Hopefully he can get himself back in. Puis does make the move up the inside and then taps the wall, so whether he now has damage or not, we will find out. Okay, so Shabby now setting the fastest lap of the race. Nearly 3 seconds clear of Peter, who's nearly 3.5 seconds clear. Tickard coming into the pits. Right end plate damage, so new nose cone, fresh tyres, and he will go back out again. So Tickard does rejoin. Where is he going to rejoin? I think he's going to drop down into 12th. I think he'll come out ahead of Dymex. So right, back at the front, Shabby with a comfortable 2.7 second gap. He seems to have had a few gaps open up here. So Pooh is doing well into 6th position. And Wesley, notice they're up into 5th on the hard tyres as well. So he will obviously look at taking those as far as he can. Okay, so any battles, the nearest one we have is Dymex. Closing in on Tickard. Tickard on fresh hard, so he's going to take him a good lap or so just to get the heat into the tyres. Just chuckling at seeing. We have Dymex round, but yeah, I was just chuckling at seeing another end plate just laying in the middle of the road. Seems to be quite commonplace around Azerbaijan. Let's see if it is still there. No, it's now gone. So right, okay. Brent into the pits, another new nose cone for him. I think that's his second visit for a new nose today. Hopefully there's enough spare parts for him. So Shabby through the castle section. Peter Bow, as I say, 2.5 seconds back, just keeping that constant. So it's kind of 2.2, 2.8 seconds it's been for the last few laps. So we have another safety car. Who is this? A Puis, after saying he's doing so well. Oh, through the castle section. Oh my goodness. Hopefully everyone will miss him. And he's cleared. That's good. Has it gone? Yep, it's gone. Thank goodness for that. That was in a horror position. So Shabby now making a dart to the pits to put on those hards, and Peter Vole copying follows him. Fox Blue as well, Kiko as well. So yeah, you're going to be looking at an ideal time for these mediums to come in, put on a set of hards and take them to the end of the race. But what this does mean is that Wesley is into the lead with his teammate Shabby just behind him. Peter will come back out into third place, but now he has two Ferraris in front of him. That's certainly not what he wanted. But Wesley could become a factor in this now, because he will obviously not look at holding Shabby up. Wesley still needing to make a change of tyres, having started on the hards. We'll need to go on to either the mediums or the softs. But he could be a bit of a nuisance for Peter to try and get past. So we have the Aston Martin of Bruma into the pits. Dimex also in the pits, just exiting now. Gone on to a set of mediums. So 16 laps to the end. Well, there's a sight. Two Ferraris in the lead. Should have been something we were used to this year, but unfortunately pit stops and other things haven't gone their way in real F1, so hopefully they will turn up a little bit for Monza, if only to save face, if nothing more. But in this race, they're running 1-2 at the moment. So Wesley with the lead in the Ferrari, with Shabby his teammate second. Peter in third place, Fox Blue in fourth, Kiko in fifth, Mamba up into sixth place. So good recovery from Mamba so far. Obviously 8 lap old hard, so pitted early on with the damage. We'll be looking at taking those to the end if he can. Donkey Dan into 7th, Ticket in 8th, 9th, Face Pantera. I'm hoping Face Pantera is back in. Hoping he managed to rejoin. I haven't seen that it was that he's rejoined, but we'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he'll get back in. Brent in 10th after all the issues he's had. I say a couple of pit stops early on. Got in a bit of trouble. Had to get a new nose cone. Got a new nose cone not long ago, but still in the points position. Trocker down in 11th, 1 lap hold hard, so he will be looking at taking those to the end. Dimex now coming back into the pits. Dimex going back onto hards. Okay, yeah, I think what's happening, I think he's come in to get a new nose cone, and of course it's changed his tyres at the same time, because the stupid game won't let you change your nose without tyres. So he had to go on to another set and then come back in to put his hards back up. Right, okay. Hopefully that will get sorted out going forward, but I won't hold my breath on that one. So 11 laps gone. We're on lap number 12 of 26. Safety car, I would have thought, will come in this lap, because I think Dimex will catch up just after the castle section. Trocker has retired. What's happened to Trocker? Oh, Trocker's crashed in the castle section behind the safety car. So Trocker out of the race. So we have 6 retirements. Okay, so looks like Trocker had an issue with his brake pedal, which unfortunately might have caused a little bit of damage to Broomer as well. So I'm sure it was completely unintentional, and hopefully Trocker can get his brake pedal sorted out, because he's a integral member of our esports team. So we'll need you back and operational soon. So okay. Meanwhile, Wesley is the pace car now. I need a decent angle. Here we go. Right, so Wesley getting a good jump. Pedal not getting a good one, actually. Fox Blue looking to make a move down the inside, gets a much better ride. Does indeed make the move. Fox Blue holds it on the inside, but Pedal's not finished yet. We'll be looking at coming around the outside. But Kiko going straight past his teammate as well. So Peter Vole dropping down from 3rd to 5th there. Mamba up into 6th. Minus a front left end plate by the looks of it. Oh no, he has got his end plate. I'm just so used to seeing them without. So, right, okay. Keep an eye on this battle. It's all kicking off here. The ticket gained a place, lost a place. So let's get back to the front. Shabby is already past Wesley. I'm sure Wesley did not put up a fight there at all. I'm sure he would also look at trying to stove his teammate and use his DRS to try and pull himself away from Fox Blue and Peter Vole behind him, who is back past his teammate now. So the race neutralised again, and Shabby getting a good start. Obviously, as I say, past his teammate, I don't think there was much of a fight there. Wesley, ultimate team player, would help Shabby out if he can. Obviously, Wesley not in a bad position in the championship himself, so we'll be looking at trying to score some decent points. But already a second and a half back, keeping Fox Blue at bay, and Peter Vole. Oh my goodness, give me a decent angle, please. And Peter Vole going for the move up the inside, but Fox Blue wasn't going to give him that easily, and he's still not. They are side by side heading down towards turn number 3. Little tap of the wall there for Peter. I don't know if that caused him any damage at all. We will soon find out. But Fox Blue not giving up that position. So Peter is having to fight to try and get himself back up to the front here. So no, Peter doesn't have any damage. So all good for him to continue. Meanwhile, at the front, Shabby now with a 2.8 second gap over Wesley, who has Fox Blue now right behind him. Peter Vole and Kiko all in a bit of a train. Obviously DRS has not been activated yet, so everything is going to be done under Slipstream and ERS. But then next lap round we should have you're back. FaZe has joined us back, so good to have you back, FaZe. You've got a 6-second gap now that the AI has given you. See if you can make that up to Tickard. I still wouldn't put it past FaZe to put himself up in the top 7 or 8, to be honest with you, but we'll see. So, right, okay, Fox Blue is now past Wesley. And DRS has been enabled, so Fox Blue, although he has now overtaken Wesley, is going to become susceptible to that DRS now, which is open there. And Fox Blue doesn't have it. 4 seconds behind Shabby. So Peter still in 4th place. Mamba in the pits. Is that another? Oh, Mamba. Get yourself back in the points. Okay, so Fox Blue into the castle section. So Broomer now leaving the pits on the medium tyres. Could do with a safety car for Broomer, just to for Mamba, sorry, just to pull himself back into it. Obviously those mediums will go to the end and it'll be a bit quicker. Okay, so Peter looking at lining up a move on Wesley here. Looks like Wes had just dropped out of DRS, which made him susceptible to Peter, but I think Wes will try and stick with him now and try and re-overtake him under DRS if he can, but we'll certainly use the DRS to try and pull away from Kiko behind. Kiko's he's quite happy to be there, and Donkey Dan just behind him and Brent just behind him as well. So with the exception of Shabby, it's pretty close behind. So just Fox Blue, as I say, doing really well. Shows that he's got the pace and can live with the guys in Div 1. Peter Vole Championship leader in third place, as they overtaking Wesley down the start finish line there. Whoa, we had a bit of a squiggle on at the back there. It was one of the AlphaTauris. I think it might have been Donkey Dan, which let Brent through. So Peter has closed up to within half a second of Fox Blue, and we'll look at using the DRS to try and overtake down the start finish line. Wes will look at, he's outside of DRS, so he's going to be susceptible to Kiko behind him. So we could see a double Alpine move down the start finish line. Peter past Fox and Kiko past Wes. And Peter does indeed make the move, and Kiko Wesley has come into the pits. So no damage. We'll be looking at putting a set of mediums on and taking to the end, but that is going to drop him a long way down. Meanwhile, whilst I was watching that, Peter's past Fox Blue. And we'll now go in pursuit of Shabby, but a 5.2 second gap. Yellow flag, Mamba. Oh, Mamba, another front wing. Okay. So Fox Blue dropping off the pace of Peter. I was expecting that. Soon be battling with Kiko, who will be closing up in the second Alpine. So we have 12 runners left, 16 laps gone. We've still got 11, well, yeah, we're on lap 16, so we've still got 11 laps to go, including the one that we are on, and we have already lost 6 drivers. Stendon going early. We have Marcel Prince retiring in the pits, Puis, No Jug and Trocker. So yeah, it is very much a race of survival, Azerbaijan. If you can keep yourself out of trouble and keep yourself going, you're pretty much on to score decent points. But right, jumping deck, Tickard is now close to the back of Donkey Dan with Diamex on the back of him as well. We have a nice little three-way battle here. Brent in 5th. That's a good recovery from him as to where he was at one point. So Tickard in the Mercedes. Looking to close down Donkey Dan in front. But yeah, it's the closest battle we've got at the moment. I mean, the running order we have, as you can see on the left-hand side, Shabby in the lead with a 5.5 second gap on Peter Vol. We have a yellow in Sector 2. Quite sure who that one was. And we've got... Who is it? Oh, Mamba. Goes from bad to worse for Mamba. Mamba is out. I think that was in the castle section. He was struggling anyway with no front wing from what I could see. Okay, so we have a safety car again. He's going to bunch his field up to Shabby. He's going to have all of that work to do again, pulling out. I mean, he was 3 seconds clear. The first safety car, second one. Pitted well, put himself behind Wesley, but was soon past him, and then pulled out a 5 second gap on Peter Vol, only for another safety car. But Shabby is going to pit, I think. Let's see what tyres he's going to. I wonder if he's going to go for softs. Meanwhile, Peter keeps going. Shabby has indeed gone for a set of softs, but he's going to lose track position here. Where is he going to come out? I think he's going to come out in 4th place, so it's not too bad. So yeah, Peter Vol, so the 2 Alpines staying out along with the Haas of Tickard, deciding to stay out on their hards, deciding that track position is more important. Shabby certainly making this interesting now by going on to softs for the last 9 laps. Obviously less, probably a couple for the safety car, and it's certainly doable. Wesley into 6th position, so the safety car has helped him. In fairness, he was obviously having to make that pit stop for tyres, did drop himself down the field, but now back up into 6th, and with every chance putting himself up into the top 3 or 4, to be honest with you. So running order, lap number 18. Whereas we're about to finish lap number 18. Peter Vol in the lead, championship leader in his Alpine, staying out on the hards. Under safety car, Kiko, his teammate, also staying out on the hards. So 8 lap old hards for the pair of them. Tickard in the Haas. No, he's not. He's in the Mercedes. Apologies for that. Tickard in the Mercedes in 3rd place. 10 lap old hards for him, so again he can take him to the end. It's not a problem. Then we have Shabby as the first of the soft runners, pitting from the lead under the safety car, deciding that softs would be the better option for him. Fox Blue also on the softs, then Wesley on the 3 lap old mediums, but behind him everybody on brand new softs. Got Dimex, Brent, Donkey Dan, FaZe and Bruma. So 11 runners left in the race. So we got 7 retirements now. The latest one, Mamba, who I think was struggling returning to the pits. Not a very good, there we go, Face Pantera is coming out, so he has, I'm not sure if he had damage there or just went for another set of softs, but so yeah, 11 runners, 7 retirements. As I was talking about Mamba, yeah, I think he had a bit of an accident, lost his front wing and struggled on the way back through the castle section. I think finally lost it, but yeah, not a great race for Mamba today. Not a great deal of luck, so fingers crossed he will go into the well, the DTR summer break, which we have next week, break week. So no league racing next week, but we do have a small event going on, which is called the Nations Cup. So we will have different country teams competing against each other to be, well, the nation's champion, basically. But yeah, it'll be interesting. So watch, look at Discord and information for that. But it should be very exciting. So multiplayer cars choosing their own liveries for the team. So safety car is in this lap. Just have a look to see when Peter goes. So already quite a big gap to his teammate. So Kiko looks like he might be playing a bit of the team game here. And we have gone. But yeah, Peter getting a good jump there. Meanwhile, behind we have Dymex is around, gets himself out of the way as best he can. So again, it's been mixed emotions, I think, for Dymex, but still 7 laps to go, including the one that we're on. So he can put himself back. He only needs 1 position or 1 more retirement, and he's in the points. So Shabby already passed. Was it Fox Blue? No, it wasn't. Who was it? Not sure, but Shabby up into 3rd anyway. I think it was Fox Blue who was behind, but Shabby now up into 2nd. So did I say 3rd? I lied. It's 2nd. Oh, Wesley has been. We've. Oh, it's going to be another safety car, surely. There's Wes trying to get out the way. What on? Oh, FaZe Pantera is now out in the castle section. I don't think this is going to be another safety car because it was so close to the other one, but I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looks like Wes spun, whether he was spun or whether he just spun, but then looked like the Alfa Romeo tried to drive through him. Obviously we don't have ghosting on here, so that will be, or would have been, a new wing. So obviously I think that's why he struggled and crashed in the castle section. So 10 runners finish, you get points, but the lead is not, or the battle for the lead is not over. Tickard making a move on Dymex there, or Dymex. These two are having quite a good battle actually. FaZe has now left the session. So back at the front, Shabby is reeling in Peter now. A second between them now. Is Shabby going to go early and try and break Peter, or is he just going to sit behind him, save some ERS? And look at a heartbreaker, sort of a last lap overtake. Just jump on board with Shabby. So he's pulling away from Fox Blue now, over a second clear. DRS still not enabled yet. That will probably be next lap, which it is now. Speak of the devil. So Peter leading by half a second from Shabby. Fox Blue in third. Kiko fourth. Donkey Dan in fifth. Bruma in sixth and picking up fastest lap there. Kiko is round. So we just want to say Kiko's doing well. He's around. Dimex Ticket is going to be next behind him. So they have been running quite close together, Dimex and Ticket, for most of the race. So Wes there looking to recover his afternoon as best he can, but still 2 points, so it's not the end of the world for him. Well, here we have the top three separated by nothing. And then a bit of a gap back to Donkey Dan, 4 seconds. So the winner's going to come from these three. Where's is Wesley? What's it? Oh, through the castle section. No, do we have another? We have another safety car. There's Wes. Excuse me. So we are down to 9 runners. We've lost half the field. We have 4 laps left. We're going to have 2 laps under safety car, and then it will have to come in and we will have a 2-lap sprint. But this time Peter has Shabby right behind him without the buffer of his teammate. So Donkey Dan into the pits for fresh softs. Why not? Got nothing to lose. So this is going to leave only one person on hard tyres, and that is the race leader, Peter. 13 laps he's done on those. They're more than capable of making it to the end, but it's just whether they have superior traction to the softs. Certainly will struggle to get them keep them warm, whereas the soft runners won't struggle quite so much. They'll be able to get that heat into the tyres, so they should be able to get a better drive. But this will be interesting going to turn 1. So just waiting for the rest to catch up. Dimex, he was in last place at one point and now he's sitting in 4th. It really does go to show how it can change. No, good to see with Dimex. So a fantastic driver. He's been adjusting to life in Division 1 and he's getting more and more competitive. So currently sitting in 4th place. Obviously, you know, we've had a few retirements, but it doesn't matter. You have to keep yourself going. You've got to be in it to win it. Okay, so I think we'll have one more lap behind the safety car. Whole field is now bunched up. I'll say whole field, half the field, the other half are out. So quick run through of the standing order we have at the moment, with Peter Vold leading, Shabby in 2nd, Fox Blue 3rd, Dimex recovering well up into 4th place, Donkey Dan having a bit of an up and down race but doing really well in 5th, Bruma in 6th, and we have Brent, who struggled early on but pulled himself back into 7th place. Obviously a lot of safety cars are helping. Kiko was running 2nd at one point, had himself a bit of a spin, recovering from that now, again capable of taking that forward, and Tickard in 9th place in the Mercedes. And that's all the runners we have, but everybody on softs except for Peter Vole. And I think the safety car's probably on hards as well. It's been out enough today that it probably would have worn out a set of softs, but it will be coming in this lap regardless. Always have to have 2 laps of clear racing at the end of the Grand Prix. So we're going to have a 2-lap shootout for the winner, Azerbaijan. I say Peter Vole looking at extending his championship lead. Shabby looking at taking 2nd place outright and closing that gap on Peter going into the second half of the season. So here we are, turn number 16. The safety car has peeled off and Peter Vole will become the de facto pace car. Shabby keeping very close, keeping those tyres as warm as he can, but won't need to work quite as hard to keep those softs hot compared to the hards he is using. Max Verstappen tactics now. He's harrying Peter Vole as best that he can, and we're just waiting to see when he goes. Now he has gone. Shabby gets a good pick up from that. Fox Blue not so good behind, is going to lose a little bit of ground. But we are away cleanly, so all 9 round turn number 1, and looks like turn number 2 might be just as good, but Shabby has now got the drive. Look to go for the move on the left hand side. Peter moving out for the block. Brent getting a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag, so quite sure how he got that, but by the by, I'm sure if it was unjustified, he can report it and get that removed after the race. So lap 25 of 26 coming through the castle section for the penultimate time. Shabby lining up a move on Peter Vole. It cannot be done under DRS, obviously with the safety car coming in. We're not going to be in a position. Oh, Shabby. Went a bit wide there, opened the door up to Pedder. Pedder's going to look for the inside. Shabby with the better grip around the outside. But they are side by side. This is fantastic racing between 2 of the top drivers in the division and championship, but Shabby just drives round the inside and then the outside with a superior grip. But Peter now looks like he's going to go for the move, and Fox Blue more than happy to join the party. We are going to be 3 wide going down into turn number 1. This could end in disaster, or it could be a great move. Peter staying ahead, and we've got another dive further back from Kiko. Oh, goodness sake. Okay, Shabby down into 3rd place. And Fox Blue looking to take the win. We are into the final lap of the race. Shabby looks for the move up the inside. He does indeed. The inside is now going to become the outside. Is he going to look for it? Contact. I'm hoping nobody has got damage from that. But it looks like Pedder has. Pedder now getting involved with... It looks like Dimex. They're not giving each other any... Wait, what? Room, lads. You've got to give... What? Pete... What is going on? So, is Shabby... So So Shabby, so sorry, I thought I lost that through. I thought that was Peter. I didn't know what was going on there. Just seeing cars launch into the air. But Peter Vol looks like he is going to keep the win. Has pulled out a 2.5 seconds on Shabby now. Obviously helped by Fox Blue getting involved in that final lap. But Peter Vol does cross. Izzy. Shabby wins. Shabby wins. Shabby outdragged him. Whoa. I was not expecting that. No, Shabby outdrags Peter Vol down the start-finish line to take the win. Donkey Dan taking the final podium position with no front wing in third. But my God, what a race. What a finish. I really did not expect that at all. Hey. So Donkey Dan third, Kiko fourth, Tickard fifth, sixth was Broomer, seventh Fox Blue, and the last finisher was Brent in eighth. But I 0.058 Shabby managed to pull. Well, congratulations to Shabby. I didn't think you were going to get that win, I have to admit. So I take my hat off to you. Shabby taking the win. Peter Vol, second place in the Alpine. Third, Donkey Dan. Fourth, Kiko. Fifth, Tickard. Sixth, Broomer. Seventh, Fox Blue. Eighth, Brent. Ninth, Dimex, who was the last of the finishers. In fact, I don't think Dimex finished. I think he crashed on the last lap. So, but then we have the non-finishers of Wesley, Face Pantera, Mamba, Trucker, No Jug, Puis, Prince, Marcel, and Stendenson. Fastest lap going to Broomer in sixth place for the extra point. Does seem unfortunate that Peter might have had a disconnection on the last lap, which could actually account for the speed difference across the start-finish line. Obviously, if he was in AI, so that would be a real shame if that was the case. But what a race! Absolute mayhem. Absolute mayhem. Some cracking racing, some mistakes, some crashes. It had just about everything that we would expect of Azerbaijan. So, well, if you haven't had enough of Azerbaijan tonight, please feel free after this to log on to the YouTube channel and watch Division 4, who are also racing at Azerbaijan. So I'm sure that would have been just as exciting. Then the rest of the week, tomorrow we have Divisions 2 and myself and Bogorovsky in Division 5. Sorry, big shout out to Bog. Sorry you couldn't make it tonight. He has company over, so he's having to entertain. So we look forward to having him back next week. And then on Thursday, Divisions 3 and Division 6, as stated earlier. Next week, we take a break from league racing. It's our mid-season break, so we are at the halfway mark. And but we won't be resting. Still have more exciting racing for you. The Nations Cup. So there'll be quite a few countries, obviously Holland, Austria, Switzerland. We've got the Americas, England, all racing against each other in a sort of a league-based knockout system to crown the nation's champion for the second time. But that is it from Division 1 Azerbaijan. Thank you ever so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Definitely a hectic race. Congratulations to the podium. Commiserations to people that had disconnection problems, etc. within the race. One day we'll get it all sorted so everybody can race fair and square. But I think that's it from me. So if you are bored after this, please do tune in and watch Division 4. But failing that, I will look forward to seeing you back here in 2 weeks where we are at Silverstone. And I believe that's a sprint race as well. So a good way to start the second half of the season. So thanks ever so much for listening. I hope you all have a good evening. From me, Nell Boy, good night.